And the reason why I'm doing it is because if people have got questions, I just want accountability for the dean as well. So in case she asks anything, because now, Nevaeh, are you guys at the college?
I am, but Anna is not, and I'm very sad.
All right. And that's the other reason why I'm doing this. So so
I was going to go up there, but then I didn't see Nevaeh's email, and I didn't think my computer would work.
So what are you using then? Your phone?
No, I'm at home. I stayed home, and then I'll go up to the college as soon as we're done for my next class.
Okay. All right. So if you look in the syllabus, and I'm really close up because this is just really odd. I can't understand why I can't see you guys. Like I'm not even showing on here at all.
But we can see you go loud and clear.
All right. Well, I'm going to just. All right. As long as you can see me, that's all that matters, I guess. But all right. So what we're going to do is if you look in the syllabus, it talked about our feet, and then we're going to do something else called protraction and retraction. What I'd really like to do today is, first of all, I want to say thank you for doing this with me. I actually feel really good. So I don't want you to think you're doing because I do. I mean, it's just been, it's like having a mild cold, essentially is what it is. But I just couldn't think about the idea of going to the campus and exposing everybody else. And honestly, I think that's where I got it from.
Yeah.
So be careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to do feet. And I know that sounds silly, but when you're going to hear me talk a lot about this, like throughout the semester, and even though one of the Pilates principles is not about feet, everything in our body starts with our feet. From the soles of our feet, we've got 7,000 proprioceptors. You don't have to remember this. I'm just going to tell you. So a proprioceptor is like little, like it gives you feelings. And so when we walk, our feet tell us the terrain that we're walking on. When you're walking from a hardwood floor onto a carpeted floor onto a mat, all of those things and those sensations are telling us about us. So when we walk, and I put the camera up closer so you could see my feet with my toe socks. But when you think about when we walk, everybody's walking patterns are going to be different. And everything starts with our feet. So if your feet roll out, you're going to have more issues with the outsides of your legs. If you're walking more inward, people are going to have issues with going on within the insides of their legs, which is going to radiate all the way up into the hips. And consequently, it's going to have issues with our shoulders as well. So I want you to stand up, and I want you don't have to do this where I see you, but I want you to walk around your room. And I want you to notice like where you walk hard. Like, do you land on the ball of your foot, or do you land on like the heel of your foot as you're walking around? And can you feel when you're walking, can you feel like the sides of your foot if that's your walking pattern? And as you're walking,
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So what if you are like a little bit flat-footed? Does that make a difference at all?
You're gonna actually, Nevaeh, that's a really good question, because when you're flat-footed, do you have problems like walking or running or with shin splints at all?
Yeah, I tend to run more like on my the balls of my feet because it feels uncomfortable to do.
Yep. So I actually, it's a long story, and I can tell you in class one time, but I've had a lot of issues with my feet over the years, and walking for a long time. And I actually wore braces on my feet as a child because I was born flat-footed, and so they gave me corrective shoes and did all kinds of stuff. But my point is that when you're walking, Just notice how it is, because and there's no right or wrong answer to this, like to this exercise. So now walk back to your mat or closer to where you can see the camera first, because we're going to play with this. So when you're looking at my feet and I say parallel, my feet are in front of me. So my toes are pointing in front of me. So my feet are parallel. This is considered external rotation. And this is called internal rotation. So your toes are slightly pointed inward. Or you like, for some people, you might even call it pigeon-toed. So now what we're going to do, and you're going to hear me talk a lot about this in like some of the movements that we're going to do, is you're going to bring your heels together and your toes are going to be turned up. So it's like you got a piece of pie or piece of pizza between your feet. So this is called Pilates V stance. And then I want you to keep your toes turned out, and I want you to just step out just a little bit more. Yep. So now when you think about Pilates, and Joseph Pilates started it and he did it with dancers, this is how these kind of things came together. Now let's bring your heels back together and touch your heels. And I want you to just bend your knees. So this is not dance class. I want you to just feel your feet. So pressing all 10 toes down into the floor or the surface that you're standing on. And let's just take it down here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to step out to that external rotation here. And now from here, we're going to come into, I want you to think about it. So if this hurts your knees, walk your legs in a little bit. So I want you to press down and now come all the way up. Like you are having a zipper. Try, if your heels lift, then just let them lift. It's fine. So there's a really, like I said, there's no right or wrong answer for this. Let's just take it down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to lift your right heel up. And now we're going to pulse here. So you're going to keep that heel lifted and you're going to pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that heel down. Now lift your opposite heel. So you're rolling, coming all the way up on your toes, and pulse it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, can you come up onto the balls of both feet and balance? Can you? I'm going to try and do this and not talk and talk. Can you? So don't come down. You're not into a squat. Your legs are bending. Now lift your arms overhead. Notice what that does to your balance. Lower your heels and then lower your arms. So walking your feet back into parallel. Now we're going to play with a little bit more balance. And you're going to roll to the balls of your feet. Let your heels lift up. Yep. And notice how, like, you're going to, especially if you're not used to doing balance, now lower your heels down. Rock your weight back into your heels and lift your toes up off the floor. And notice what our toes do for our balance. Now lower your toes. And now from here, we're going to actually come to a seated position on the mat. And we're going to review. This is so odd. You guys can see me and I can't see you. No, I can see you, but you can't. Normally there's a little icon in the corner. Anyways, it doesn't matter. As long as you guys can see me, that's all that matters. So let's review just a little bit of the stuff that we learned. And we're going to add on more today. So we're going to go into what I'm going to call a flow. And as we flow, if you've got questions, please just keep yourself off of mute. So if you've got a question, stop me. So we're going to start first with that half roll back. So let's start with your feet on the floor, and they're going to be parallel. And you're going to tuck your fingers behind your knees. And all I want you to do is remember, initiating from that core as you roll back and bring it forward. So try not to give a death grip. Your fingers are just tucked here. Yep. And let's take it back. Make sure you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now sit tall. Keep your knees bent, and we're going to cross your arms. We're going to go into that hinge back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to stay here. Now extend your arms straight out in front of you. Palms are facing each other, and we're going to lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now extend your legs. Sit tall on your sits bones. Flex your feet, and they're in parallel. We're going to go into that spine stretch forward. So you're going to bring yourself forward and then stack it up. So as you're stacking, I want you to think about your shoulders. Keep going, but I'm going to say your shoulder and your hip are in alignment here as you do this. Yeah. So Kayla, don't go as far forward. So when you go forward, so you're not lowering your arms, think about your arms and your shoulders staying on that same plane. Keep going, you're good. I just, yep. And stack, yeah, good. Anna, you look good too. So keep going. Let's do 2 more here. Good. Now, from here, I want you to separate your feet wide. So if you've got a mat, let them be as wide. And I kind of turn I'm turning just because I want you guys to see me. So remember we did saw on Tuesday. So you're going to take your arms out to a T position, and you're going to rotate, and then you're going to reach, and that back hand, the pinky finger rotates upward, and then bring it back to center. And again, rotate with that back hand up. And let's keep going here. Really reaching for extension. Now, on the next one, so there's another movement that goes with this, and we're going to pause. So when you take it forward, you're going to reach, and now you're going to reach. So don't come back. So it's like you're sawing off that baby toe. Reach and reach. 2 reaches. Reach and reach, and then return to center. And then rotate and reach and center. Keep going. Yeah. So are you breathing? Okay, I want you to do 2 more times on each side. Look at this. We have dog Pilates too today. No, it's all right. It's always good. All right. Now, from here, I want you to bring your legs a little bit closer together. And we have not done this one before, but it's going to move into the shoulder stuff in a few minutes. So you're going to envision you're holding, like, the name of this exercise is called Hug a Tree. So I want you to envision that you're holding like a great big beach ball, or maybe you're outside hugging a tree. So your arms slightly stay rounded, and you're going to pull those arms back. Now, you're not opening way back here. Nope. Pull them. All right. So when you do this, here, let me turn sideways. So when you do it, you're going to stop. But I want you to think about your shoulder blades. They draw together when you're doing this. So the shoulder blades across your back as you're pulling, it's like if I give you $100 bill, and every time you close your shoulders around it, you got to hold that $100 bill. So now let's try it again. Arms are slightly rounded and you're pulling your arms back. Yeah, stop right there. Yeah, both you guys, good. And then draw it in and open for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your arms all the way out. This is called spine articulation. So we've done it with our arms bent, but today we're going to do it with our arms straight up. Envision you have suction cups on your bottom, so you don't want to be wiggling as you're doing this. You want to rotate and then rotate. So the palms don't change. They start and stop. Like the motion is with the palms facing downward as you're doing this. Yeah, let's keep going. So it's not a swinging, but there's control. There we going back to that concentration, control, fluidity with the movement. And let's do it. Let's take it 4 more times. Okay, now we are going to do one more of the Pilates principle today. And then we're going to begin to, we're going to actually put some of the principles together. So this one is called shoulder stability. So when you think about your shoulders, our shoulders have a lot of range of motion. And I'm just going to show you, and then you're going to join in with me. So when you have your arms out in front of you and you reach for something, that's called protraction. When you pull your arms back, it's called retraction. So what I want you to do is envision something's in front of you and you're going to reach for it. And then you're going to pull your arms back. So it's not coming forward. The movement is literally from your shoulders. And then you're going to pull them back. Yes. Yep. Pull those shoulders. So you're engaging that whole shoulder girdle. So when you think about the shoulder, I'm going to when I pull it back, can you see? So we're extending the muscles along that upper arm, and then you're going to retract it. Yep.
But your torso stays steady.
Correct. Now, I want to show you another one before you got, because I want to make sure you can see me because I have a black shirt on, and if I can't, I'll lay on the floor. So we're going to do it again, but we're going to actually do it laying down. And you might be able to see it a little bit better, but what you can feel is the feedback from the mat on your body. So this is, again, it's the same exercise, but we're just going to take it. This is called supine, when you lay on your back like this. So your arms start. Everything is engaged and their soft shoulders are on the mat. So you're going to protract as you reach your fingers toward the ceiling and then retract as you bring them back down. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, clearly enough that you, so when I protract, everything is lifting off the mat right here. And then I retract as I bring it back. So reach and protract. So go ahead and try it. So put your head down. I want you to relax your head and your neck as you're doing this. And now reach like you're reaching toward the ceiling. And then yep. So you just reach, and then it's the protraction is where like it comes back down. So you're reaching, protraction, and retraction. Let's do a couple more. And Nevaeh, I know you're on mute, but if you've got questions, please feel free to ask. All right. Now, from that same position, I want you to stay where you are. And I want you to, we're going to go back to rib cage placement. And I want you to start with, I'm going to do it with my arm that's, so you can see both of my arms. So I want you to take and place your hand on your rib cage. And And now I want you to
On
start by
the same
taking
side
that
or the
arm.
opposite side?
Yes. So all right, let me I'm going to extend my right arm up.
Okay.
My left hand is going to come to my lower ribs. So remember in class last week, we talked about, like, I called it the knitting. So it's like you think about your rib cage is downward. So take your hand and extend your left hand up, extending toward the ceiling. And now you're going to begin to take your arm back. And when you start to feel your rib cage lift, then that's where you're going to stop. Because we're going to go into a roll up in just a minute. So can you feel the difference when you let actually let yourself feel what that feels like from the rib cage, from the rib cage lifting? It's okay. Actually, it's quite comical to watch the dogs with you guys. It's all right. So now try it. So now we're going to try. Let's bend your knees. We're going to go into that roll up. So press your feet into the floor. Take your arms back. You're going to nod your chin as you begin to peel yourself up. Okay, so now come back up, Kayla. And now we're going to execute it one more time. So again, your arms start out in front of you. As you exhale, you're going to go through that C curve. You're going to breathe, roll, tuck your chin into your chest. And as you come down, the arms are going to come just about in front of your ears. Your rib cage should still be closed up here. So now you're going to take a breath in, nod your chin, and gently come up. Let's do two more. Go ahead. Now, as you're doing the next one, I want you to stay down. And then I want you to extend your legs, and we're going to practice a variation here of the hundreds. So, with your legs extended, and I want you to let your hands start down on the mat first. So, Kayla, if this gets into your neck, what I want you to do is I want you to take your mat and roll it up and put it like a pillow under your neck. So you don't have neck pain with this. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll your chin up. You're going to bring your hands beside you. Let your legs stay down first. And we're going to just pump our arms here. And let's just pump. Slow them down. So, yep. And pump for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll everything down. Let your hands come back to the mat. Now the next one time we roll ourselves up, we're going to pump, but we're going to add one leg. So lifting it up off the mat, point your toe, and now begin to pump for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll everything down. Now we're going to roll up, and I want you to lift your opposite foot up, point your toe, and pump for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. These are my camera observations. Anna, did you have like rolling up? Did you have discomfort in your body?
No.
No, was that a no or a yes?
A no.
Okay. And what about you, Kayla? And you're on mute.
I mean, probably need to get my neck comfortable, probably more.
All right. Because both of you guys, And Nevaeh, I can't see you, but it looked like you guys were either doing one of two things: holding your breath, and it looked like your shoulders. And again, this is, I can't see because we're not in person, but it just felt like your shoulders were stiffer. Did you feel like you were stiff in your body at all?
Well, I felt like I was kind of stiff, just trying to hold myself up.
Well, and again, but you're coming, I want you to see how high I came. I only came here. You wanted to come up here. Now, in a full teaser or in a full, like when we get ready to do it, like this is where the full posture is. We're still here.
Okay.
And when you get to that, you guys will eventually get there. So, all right. So do you have questions on anything that we've done so far?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Nope, hold on. There's a question down here.
Stiffen shoulders and back or neck.
Yeah. All right. Now the next one you guys have not done with me yet. So this is called side leg series. So when we do these exercises, I want to show you how to set yourself up first. And there's 5 different exercises, but what we're going to do today, I'm going to just give you 3 of them to start with. So when you lay down, your legs are going to be extended. And I want you to think about laying on your hip. And I want you to take your arm and use it like a kickstand. But when you're down, don't let yourself collapse. You want to think about, like, even if you had a belt and somebody was holding like across your body, so you don't want to be collapsed down. If it's hard on your shoulder, grab a pillow off the couch and put it underneath you to support you. So your feet are going to be in parallel. So your toes are going to be, my toes are pointing toward the camera. You don't want your legs back. You want to think about a nice long line. And you're going to, when we lift, instead of going way up here like this, we're going to stay within the frame of our body, which means that you're going to stay like shoulder height and then down. But you're not going to take them up and down really quickly. I want you to think about, if you take them up and then you're going to create resistance and you're going to pull them down slow as you're doing this. So you're going to lift and lower. And you're going to feel like when we're done with this series, I'm going to have you guys tell me the muscles or where you're feeling it in your body. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer to this. So that's the first one. Then there's 2 more, but this is the most to start with. So let's set yourself up and we're going to move right into it. And I'll keep talking to you while we go. So come onto your mat and come down and keep your underside or the obliques lifted. So both feet are flexed. And now you're going to lift that leg just as high as your shoulder and then pull it down like you're pulling it through mud or snow. Not that we want any more snow. And pull for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to take that leg, bring it so it's up level with your hip. And now we're going to do little tiny pulses here. We're going to press it toward the ceiling and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to point your toe and we're going to make tiny circles. Like, remember on Tuesday, we made large leg circles. We'll get there, but right now we're going to do little leg circles, like the size of a softball, golf ball, tiny, and circle forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to that. So you're going to keep your toe pointed and you're going to bring it in front of your foot on the floor. Now we're going to make an arc like a rainbow. So you're going to take it up and over. So bringing it over for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How's your legs feeling? Just give me thumbs up or thumbs down.
Fine.
Okay, oh, good. They're still doing good. All right, well, there's another one. I'm only going to show you a portion of this one, but it's a swinging one, but you've got to think about your body being still. So it's kind of like that. So you're going to lift your leg up. You're going to pull that leg forward and now drag it back to your bottom foot only. And bring it forward and back. All right, now that you've got there, now we're going to add on to it. So the next time you bring it forward, you're going to kick, and pull it back down. Yeah, and kick. Yep, keep going. I want you to do 4 more. So really think about that leg. Yes, good. Both you guys look really good.
So when we bring it back, we bring it straight back and then lower it.
No, you keep it lifted the whole time. No, keep it lifted. So Anna, that's a really good question. So my leg is lifted and you take it forward, kick, and keep it so it's level with your hip. Your foot and your your foot and your hip bone are the same level. Good. All right, now let's go to the other side. So you might find that your balance, like laying on your side, can be it can be hard. And sometimes you might get discomfort like in your hip bone or in your pelvis area. And if you do, please tell me. So, all right, so line yourself up. And let's start with that top foot flexed. And we're going to lift it toward the ceiling and then pull it down. So again, it's not fast. It's lifting and lowering. And notice how it makes your legs feel. Are you feeling it in your back? Are you feeling it in your core? Sometimes you might even feel it into your outer obliques here. And let's keep lifting here. Let's do 4 more.
I feel it in my inner thigh and my outer thigh.
Yes. Okay, let's lift one more time. Now we're going to take, and I want you to keep that foot flexed. And again, this is the same movement. So the foot stays the same height as your hip. And now we're going to pulse it up. So it's a little tiny movement. It's not big. And you guys are going to, in Pilates, there was lots of pulsing because we remember when we stood on the floor and we pulsed there. So you're just pulsing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now point your toe, and we're going to do those circles, circling forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your foot forward, toes are touching, and now bring it back. So the higher you go, the harder it is. So if you want to make a big one, it's going to get into really big muscles. Keep going. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, flex your foot, and you're going to bring it forward. And now pull it back, and then we'll add the pulse in just a second. So you pull it forward, and then drag it back. Now from here, pause, pulse, pulse, then back to the bottom foot. So again. Yep. And I know these motions are, keep going. Do a couple more, Kayla. Yes, thank you. Good. Okay. And now with this last one, you can just bring it down, you can stop. How do you guys feel?
Good.
I feel it a lot in my hip flexors and the outer side of my legs.
And so the hip flexors, meaning, I'm going to show you and then you can tell me, Nevaeh. You don't have to come on camera. In here is where you're feeling it?
Well, like the outers, yeah, like right there.
Right here on the outer side. So yes, you're more than likely, because like Anna said, she was feeling it inner and outer thigh. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but it's going to definitely feel it in your legs somewhat. All right, now from here, I want you to roll onto your backs. And we're going to, everybody's done, let me rephrase that. Have you guys all done some form of bridging before?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is we're gonna do the same. So the same thing. So remember,
Frozen.
I'm sorry, what?
I was frozen for a minute. I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. All right. So now I want you to, let's think about our shoulders here. And I want you to allow your shoulders to relax into the mat. Let's bend your knees so your feet are in parallel. And you're going to just pressure all 10 toes, the sides of your feet, and your heel, lifting yourself into a bridge pose. And then rolling one vertebrae at a time back down. So again, it's rolling up and then reversing vertebrae by vertebrae as you roll down. Let's do 2 more like this. And then from here, we're going to bring it all the way down. We're going to repeat the leg circle from Tuesday. So extend one leg down, take your other leg all the way to the ceiling, and you're going to point your toes plural, excuse me. And then you're going to circle it out and around and up. So remember, you want to think about pelvic stability here. So you're not going really fast. And remember, you stop and start. So when you bring it all the way around, it's almost like just it's just a tiny pause, and then you start again. So it's not one continuous circle. It's not like you're stirring cake batter. So taking it out, around, and up. But you stop at the top. Yeah. Let's do it again. Circle. And then bring it all the way up. So, Kayla, I want you to start by taking it outward first. So we're not bringing it across. The other way is when we cross the body. So the one version is here, and you take it out and around and up. Now we're going to reverse it. So you're going to start, hips are still going to be down, but you're going to start with the crossing around and up to the top. So you're going to cross over your body, but your hip is not going to lift. So you cross, bring it around and up. So you're crossing your midline as you're doing it. Yeah. And can you point your toes? Okay, let's do the other leg. So start with it lifted toward the ceiling. And now point your toe. And let's start by taking it out and around. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So Kayla, remember you got to stop at the top, pause. So it's not about being in a hurry. So take that leg up. Yep. And now when you're ready, let's reverse it. So you're going to start, cross over, and then up and pause at the top. So think about a start and a stop.
You want us to do that 4 times, right?
Yes, please. All right, after you guys have done that, let's come back up. Whether you're on camera or off, I just want you to give me a voice because we got 5 minutes left of class. Do you have any questions about anything that we've gone over today?
Nope.
Okay. So I actually introduced you guys because when you look in the syllabus for next week, the exercises, the focus was going to be sideline series. So I actually introduced it today to you guys. But then the protraction and retraction. So we're going to continually revisit the Pilates principles and the connections, the Pilates, oh my gosh, I totally lost my word. Pilates, yeah, the Pilates principles, but also the alignment principles. So the cervical nod, the shoulders, the rib cage, and the hip placement.
What is marble rolling again?
I'm sorry, what?
What is marble rolling?
We haven't done that. Hold on, did I have that in here
Says
today?
week 2, January 23rd, cervical nod, marble rolling, head and neck mobility.
Okay, cervical nod we already did, but to do marble rolling, you got to come on your tummy. Let me show you first. It's a very small movement. So it's an imaginary marble is what it is. Thank you.
I figured.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down and you're going to actually, here, I'll fake. Can you see me good when I'm here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to bring your head, so you're not touching, but you're going to think about if the marble was on the floor, you're going to press that marble so it's going to roll away from you.
Okay.
So you want to think about like that movement in the back of your neck. And I always like to say that when you feel the wrinkles, like as you're doing this, as soon as you start to feel the back of your neck wrinkle, then you've gone far enough. So on Tuesday, what we're going to do is we're going to do a recap. And we'll do like all of the exercises that we've done. And okay, so we're going to revisit all of the exercises that we've done so far in class on Tuesday. So when we come, and I know I also have your body perception. Just bring it. If you're not done with it, don't worry about it, but bring it to class, bring your goals. And we're going to talk about the study guide because I want you to begin to think about it. So, okay. Do you have questions? I want to just say for you guys, I just want to say thank you to all 3 of you guys for being accommodating to me because of COVID. And I was like, my daughter said, well, just cancel class. I'm like, no, I'm not canceling class. I feel okay. I just,
if you feel good, then that's fine. And we can do our exercises online.
I know. And I want to also tell you that I actually interviewed a new girl for my podcast yesterday. And if you've got pencil and paper handy, she actually has free things that are on her YouTube channel, and it's called, and she does a lot of things with props. So the name of her, the YouTube channel is called Size Diverse Pilates. So this is for people that are plus size, but I'm going to be honest. It's for people who are plus size or all different body types and sizes. And what I like about Rachel, and I actually have her books, and I'll bring them to class so you guys can see them, because she offers Pilates so it's accessible for everybody. So like, Kayla, I'm just gonna, I just want to talk about your neck for a second, because you're not the only one. So like, for example, you could use a couple of things. Like when we're in class, you could roll your mat up, but you can also take and put, this is like a kitchen towel, and put it underneath your neck so it's supported. Or if it feels better, you could lay your head on a ball. But you could also, I mean, there's a multitude of things. And just because your body needs, I'm going to use the word a prop, it doesn't make it right or wrong. It just makes the exercise for you that much more accessible. Yep. So when you put it behind your neck, put it like in the curvature of your head when you lay down. So
What's the name of the YouTube again?
Size Diverse Pilates.
Like diapers, like baby diapers?
No, diverse. D-I-V.
Oh, D-I-V. I was like, I don't know. That doesn't sound very
No.
good.
Do you want me to type it in the chat?
No, I found
Yeah.
it.
Okay, sure, Kayla, I can. You could also look for her by name, and her name is Rachel Piper, and it's Rachel like R-A-C-H-E-L. Here, I'll just put it. Any more questions, girls? If you guys have questions like tomorrow or even over the weekend, please email me, because I'm easily accessible, and I want you to be able to get a hold of me to ask questions, especially that kind of stuff.
I do have one question about the book.
Yes, ma'am.
You want us to be like in a certain section or area? Because I've kind of restarted it just so I can take notes and get a better understanding of it.
Nope. All right. So that's a great question, Nevaeh. So if you could read pages 1 through like 30 or 31, because then we're going to go in, and then it's going to break. So this is about the principles and the foundations for Pilates, like where Joseph Pilates started. And I think it's important for you guys to have an understanding of that first, and then we build the exercises. But I'm kind of doing it simultaneously with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like we exercised today. I've done some of the connections, but it's understanding like the principles behind like the rib cage placement, the head. Like when Anna was asking about like the marble rolling, that falls under the cervical, like the cervical stuff that we did. So that's just a little part, all those little tiny muscles in your neck. So
I do have another question too.
yeah, please do.
So in February, my mom is planning like a surprise trip for my brother, and she's thinking of leaving on a Wednesday. If I was able to like join a Zoom call, would I be able to attend class?
Oh my
through Zoom?
gosh, yes. I will let you.
Okay.
Yes. You might have to see it from the college, but yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Any other questions, ladies? Because I don't want to hold you guys up. So,
I'm good. I'm good.
and
You
Kayla,
too,
do you have any questions? Oh, that's a good question. You want me to? I haven't posted anything inside of Canvas yet, but if you want me to post this, I can. Would you like me to? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Sure. I would say it's good to post it.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
I'm sure.
So,
All right.
I will.
Talk to you
I'll
later. I
fig-
better head to Flint. See
Yeah,
ya.
yeah. Be careful.
right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. And
Have a good day.
when I get this when I get this successfully posted inside of Canvas, I will email you guys and let you know. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. No, thank you guys for coming. All right. Bye.